There's a 5-second penalty, and that's a very nice turn. His outriders must also negotiate that figure 8 and hustle out there to get alongside or in behind their respective wagons. Now, when they are on the track, I should say Ryan cannot interfere with the progress of another Chuckwagon, nor can his outriders. So as he gathers that second turn, he's looking around to make sure there's no other wagons trying to pass them. He has got to let them do that if they can, and his outriders can't interfere with other outriders trying to catch their wagon. So Ryan's got everything under control with some child law as he gets into that third corner. Now when he comes around the fourth corner, he must pick a lane and stay in that lane to the finish line so that faster wagons can try to catch him and pass him if they can. And right about here, you're going to hear me say this, and I want to hear how loud you can be. You ready? The louder you cheer, the quicker you get here. Ryan and some child law. Wow, you did pretty good. A nice picture-perfect race, no penalties from my end at least. The outliners are within 200 feet of his lead team when it touched that finish line on the stage. So that's what Chuckwagon's 101 is all about. And we're going to chuck 2 more chucks on the track when we get into the meat and potatoes of this show, heats 1 through 9. And here's some more excitement from our partner, Mr. Ray Champ.
Thank you, Les. See, folks, I told you he's the best. Our heroes getting ready to hit the track, and we want to thank Rocky Mountain Equipment. It's the proud equipment sponsor of the Calgary Stampede. Also, our water truck is brought to us by Samsara. Operate smarter with Samsara's single platform for fleets, equipment, sites, and people. Also, friends, get your tickets for the Stampede Showdown 50/50, supported by Remax. Look up on the Ovented Superboard. We're up over 135,000. Your ticket is drawn. You're going to take home half of that total. The only daily 50/50 draw on the park. One lucky ticket holder is going to take home half of the money from today's ticket sales. Look for the 50/50 sellers in the red aprons. There's also QR codes conveniently located all over GMC Stadium. You can also purchase tickets online until 11 p.m. at StampedeShowdown5050.com. Hey Grant, have you got your 50/50 ticket yet?
I did. Now, maybe we'll split it. We'll talk about it later, logistics and whatnot. But right now, we send emojis all the time, right? But if you ever try to replicate an emoji, now's your chance. It's time for the emoji copy cam. Let's take a look at the Ovented Superboard. If you see yourself up on there, you'll see an emoji to your right. And all you gotta do is do what that emoji's doing. So let's see. Well, that's a good one to start with.
Full start.
Pull out, guys. I'm giving the red light to pull out. We're going to regroup and set the stage here again for opening night at heat number 1. It's Saturday Night Live, and of course, if you follow our program here at the Cowboys Rangeland 30, the wagons in this final configuration on this qualifying Saturday night.
That's the first. Yeah, that's the first full start. If they do it again, they're disqualified.
Tomorrow night's $80,000 Sunday Championship Dash for cash. Now, as we line these wagons up again, I'm going to tell you a little story about thoroughbred horses. Any horse, for that matter, is a creature of habit. That's why they are so trainable. They're kind of like a computer. Whatever you put in that horse's mind today will stay in that horse's mind forever. From the time he is a weanling colt, a 5-year-old, a 25-year-old, he will never forget how you have treated him. So, being creatures of habit, when they come into these barrel positions and they stand still and stop, and on a rare occasion I actually shut up, they anticipate that horn. And that's exactly what we see. They anticipate that horn, and it's kind of like front line in a football game when everybody's waiting for that quarterback to call the numbers, and one of those linesmen will wiggle and he'll get an offside. In Chuckwagon racing, it's a similar game. If one of those horses happens to wiggle and snap that tug chain, he'll indicate to the one next to him or a wagon or two over that it's time to go. And that's what we call a false start. And that's why I always say quiet on the set, because that driver and his outriders are communicating with each other and with their horses. So let's try it again. Doug Irvine, WST Energy, Mitch Sutherland, Subservice Construction, Kirk Sutherland, Pebble Pub, Heat 1, take 2. quietness and please. On the pedal top, there he goes. He puts the pedal to the metal, and he is leaving that backstretch drive. Now running his Mitch Sutherland and subsurface construction by only a horse length. Doug Irvine and Mitch Sutherland going at it wheel to wheel to the outside, and our Smithfield Hat Outliners trying to finish within 200 feet of their respective lead teams, and here he comes. Captain Kirk Sutherland, mean me up, Scotty up, headed for that finish line. The pedal top. And Kirk Sutherland rounds out turnover and sends him up for the home stretch drive. Calgary, it's your turn to come by. Captain Kirk Sutherland, the pedal top, comes on in and he hits that plan over the finish line. 2 3/4 ahead of his son, Mitch Sutherland, and subsurface construction. Number 5, WSG Energy, thundering in behind to wrap up heat number 1. Hey, if you liked it, they can still hear you. Big screen. Doug Irvine and his WSG Energy making a nice cut of that number 3 barrel to get out there, but he knows the inside competition is tough. That's Mitch Sutherland and his father Kirk Sutherland on the 1 barrel, and they make nice barrel turns. It's kind of unique to note when I talked about the history of the Sutherland family and Captain Kirk retiring this summer. But when he won this Rangeland Derby in 2016, Kirk Sutherland also won the aggregate award. But in the final heat that year, on the final championship night, he was hooked with his son Mitch Sutherland. And when they crossed the finish line, Kirk Sutherland was a horse length ahead of his son Mitch to win the championship. And Mitch had to settle for the reserve championship of the Rangeland Derby. So on Kirk's retirement year, it's kind of cool that he gets to finish out his experience since 1976, racing here at the Cowboys Rangeland Derby alongside of his son, Mitch. As our wagon men come back from the track, and they'll tour in front of you again so you can get a good close look at our beautiful thoroughbred horses that we celebrate, their intelligence, their endurance, their speed, and these horses are born and bred to run, and we allow them to do that long into their life. We're going to meet a horse later on tonight that's well into his 20s, and this is his retirement year. But there comes Doug Irvine with a great group of thoroughbreds that he and his wife Jimmy Lou have conjured up through the past several years. Doug and Jimmy Lou with their 19th Cowboys Rangeland Derby, where he too was a reserve champion here in 2012, right behind Troy Dorchester. Doug Irvine is destined to be a champion again.